story is placement today. I mean, a second, or no, 2/3 in a row, and then a first overall. These guys look absolutely amazing. We're going to tune right back in with them in match number 4 of day number 1. It's about to get hot.
Oh, it's going to be good. Here we go. Game number 4, 0 build, and the players are going to be hopping off the battle bus. This is going to be so good. Now, I got to ask you, they spoke about it earlier. Do you think any of the duos are going to be changing up their spots halfway through today?
I feel like it's always during halfway. You got that idea 100% correct, but no, it is 2 days of competition.
Yeah.
I feel like after this day, they're going to go back, hit the VODs, have a little bit of time, and then after the fact, be able to just roll it out. Also got in-person jitters. Really cool thing to pick up, though, because you never know exactly what happens for some of these guys who are comfortable inside the game.
Yeah, precisely. I mean, we've already seen two squads get taken out right off the rip, and that is not what you want to do, especially if you do it in 2 out of 3 games to start off your day. So I don't know, personally, they said it earlier, I'd be looking to land in a different spot, but that's just me. I want to see exactly what's going to happen. I want to see who's going to be getting aggressive early on, really trying to pick up these elims for their duo.
Yeah, got to see the news at Bugle. Lots of things happening over at the Rave Cave as well. We'll tune right into that, actually, see what the party's starting. Dravtel rocking it in, him and Kai looking good today so far. Had a little bit of rough times when it comes to the first few games. Thomas and Tayson, they're going to be rocking their shop too. I mean, separated as teammates due to some things when it comes to solo cash cups. Now back at it again in person together. It's amazing to watch.
Oh yeah, Thomas and Tayson, they're definitely going to be feeling good. Currently in 3rd place and definitely going to be hungry to keep on climbing that ladder. They had a rough game 1, but they were able to bounce back extremely well in game 2 and 3 and now find themselves in a very envious position. So I want to see exactly what they're going to be able to do over here, if they're going to be looking to get aggressive on a duo or not.
Might be up against Draft and Kai. Not sure if the experience is the same as one of EU's top duos and players. Big thing too to note is that a bunch of these numbers you see beside the players, usually that is their placement overall on the boards. It is being a little bit finicky right now. It's not going to be completely the case. It might just be their team tag rolling in, so pay no attention to that. We'll be giving you the insight as to who is where, who is relevant. Right now, the top 10 heavily EU stacked. Some of NA West, some of Brazil in the business as well. Reels right now is going to be rocking it over at Rocky as well, with Peak up top of the billboards.
I mean, if your name is Reels, where else are you going to land? You got to go to Rocky Reels. Simple as that. And as you stated, Peak, they've been playing pretty well as well. He's going to be looking to continue this as he's going to be laying down some fire, just trying to get some damage in, making sure they're above that threshold.
Rocking it and seeing it's a little bit more of a stalemate overall towards the earlier games. Roman, we were talking about a lot of hot action. We're kind of seeing the opposite of that now. Everyone actually surviving. Are they learning now exactly what to do? All these surprises kind of out in the first 3 games.
Maybe. I feel like teams are starting to realize that fighting extremely early might not be as beneficial as you think. I mean, you got to be able to weigh the risk versus the reward. And realistically, the risk has really shown its head to be a greater aspect than the rewards. And so I want to see exactly if these teams are going to keep on adjusting, keep on switching things up, because already in game number 3, we saw teams completely change up their strategy, and it ended up paying off for some.
Absolutely. Want to make sure that you're able to have that switch up, make it all the way over to end game as well, and use all the bounty, the loot that you have off spawn and off of pressuring other players to push your game all the way forward. Once again, match number 4, we do have 2 days of 0 build competition. And it does start to ramp up a little bit, especially with, you know, circumstances like this, Rob. $1 million on the line for a lot of these players. First place, $250K. That is more than an FNCS for a few of these regions, and they get to do it twice this entire weekend.
Yeah, they're going to be extremely hungry for this prize pool. I mean, even last place is still going to be walking away with $5,000 for their duo. So even if you're able to come out here and not get any elims, not get any placement, you're still going to be walking away a pretty happy camper. So I want to see exactly who's going to be able to step up above that last place and, you know, be able to get into that top 10 that all these teams are very envious to be at.
Absolutely. We just saw perfection in terms of the competition roll by your screen. Luce and Steno somehow being so consistent inside this no build mode. Third, first. They're going up against the likes of Epic Whale, Malabuka, who had 17 eliminations last game. Imagine, Rome, getting 17 elims, almost dropping like arena stream numbers in a game, and still not being able to clinch first.
Yeah, that is pretty rough. I mean, they're going to be feeling good about their last game, but realistically, they understand that there's a lot more at stake, a lot more that they want to accomplish. Their aspirations are extremely high coming into this one, and realistically, if you're able to drop 17 elims in front of your friends, in front of your family, in front of all this incredible live action crowd that you've got right in front of you, realistically, that confidence is going to be through the roof.
It makes you soar, and that's exactly what some of these players love to thrive in as well. This early games, we're going to see the most of the mistakes for a bunch of these players also in the Middle East region who might not have much experience inside the limelight, not much experience with so many eyes on them overall, but you'll notice that raw type of talent go up against experience in spots like the Rave Cave. Tace and Thomas, you mentioned them being a little bit rocky to start. Why do you think that could be for a few of these players? Is it mostly jitters? Is it kind of the unexpectedness of facing off against another region? You have experience with so many, different esports realm. Where do you think this is coming from?
Jitters definitely matter. I will say that the first game on LAN is definitely one where you got to get all the jitters out, and that realistically is most likely what happened with them. I mean, I know that probably for more than half of these players, this is their first time competing at a LAN event. A lot of them don't have this in-person event experience, so the few that do, I mean, they're going to be the ones that are going to be coming out confident in these early games, and who knows? I mean, we stayed at Malibuca and Epic. They popped off in game number 3. They're comfy.
You're talking about confidence. You're talking about experience. Epic Malibuca definitely there on the boards. Blake and Scoped just personified that with their personalities. They've been rocking around the hotels, looking really good, posting pictures up on Insta. It's looking fire too. But in game, I want that to match that status, be that confident. Hen Queasy in the business as well, beside Milan and Mitro. I'm not sure if I'm watching Fortnite in 2019. It looks good though. For now, specifically for Hen and Queasy, we were talking about it a little bit. These guys are not doing as hot as everyone would have expected. They should be in first for the whole time, I feel like, in the competition. Sometimes maybe a day 2 team. They have a lot of catching up to do.
Oh, for sure. Hen and Queasy, they are definitely going to be one of the top 10 teams that you would expect to come out on top in this tournament. So the fact that they aren't even in that top 10 right now, that is a little bit troublesome. But as you stated, we're only 3 out of 12 games through. And I must say, only 2 duos have dropped so far in this game. This is easily the slowest pace that we've seen so far out of these 4 games.
It's about to get sticky. You asked me a question way earlier on. Do things switch up halfway in terms of drops? Might not be the case. The attitude, definitely that much more resilient for all these players. Check out some of these classic items too coming through. The Chuck Cannon. I mean, you guys have been seeing it for the whole day. I'm just, getting to live this now live. It's fun to see it right back in the action. Rift's also in the business, Rome. When are those the best to be popped? Is it when you want to go for someone? Is it an escape tactic? What's your preference?
In my opinion, it's got to be an escape tactic. Realistically, you can use it to go for somebody, but that's just going to leave yourself susceptible to a lot of shots coming from below. So realistically, those Rift-to-goes, they can be good, but they can also come back to bite you. So you really don't want to put yourself in a position where these players are going to be able to really hawk you down on the ground, just looking up and getting free elims.
Absolutely. Kakarot, though, he's going to be rocking in. Rogue Shark Knight, a classic duo we haven't seen the likes of be in their natural state for a long time. The last time they were really up top in the business, the entire map was flooded with water. This time, we're in the dry lands, and they're looking really hot. Past that, though, we also had Kakarot on screen. He's been getting into a lot of fights earlier in the game in terms of games 1 and 2. 3 took a little bit of a break. Now he's kind of back in that action. We're going all the way over to Reality Falls as well. Now this zone, beside Greasy Grove, when it gets to, everything looking a little bit more funky, a little bit more neon-y overall on the map, so much harder to reverse low ground. Duke and Clicks love to play that with the vehicle as well. It's going to be tough for them.
Oh, for sure. And as we saw on that mini-map, there was only 3 duos that were inside of that zone at that moment. So that means we're going to be seeing a lot of movement, a lot of rotations, and that means we might be seeing a lot of elims right here and now pretty early on. Things might start to pick up at this zone.
Got Portaforts. We got shockwaves too, so a lot of the times once these players start to get rattled, tattled a little bit, they'll be able to have a lot of defensive options, lots of escape. Big thing though is Surge that's rocking in and has been changed as of last week when it comes to Fortnite. And it makes the game so much harder. If you guys are kind of unfamiliar with the entire aspect, you have to do damage or the server will deal damage to you in the form of lightning. It's very scary. And a bunch of these teams, if they're like Scram, if they're kind of on the outskirts, right on this edge line, almost on the dead side of zone, they're not taking shots. They're not looking for action. King and Sion, Rome, you can see it right now. That's exactly what they're focused on. They're not moving anymore. They're not even in Storm just yet, not even in zone. They just want some damage.
Yep, exactly. They want to stay above that threshold exactly as you stated, and they are waiting, lurking in the bushes. We've seen a lot of teams bush camping. We've even seen a duo camping out in a building waiting to take out a player. That was pretty interesting in game number 1. And realistically, right now, Nutify, they're going to be looking to make a move onto this squad, and Acorn and Edgy. The question is, will they? Acorn and Edgy came into today extremely confident, but right now, things are looking a little bit dire.
Yeah, in terms of rock, paper, scissors, trees, and cars, looks like trees take out cars down on the low ground. It's unfortunate for Acorn Edgy. Acorn trying his best, so this is two different teams he has to face off against. Got Edgy back up, so that's huge.
Yeah.
We'll have to use a Portal Fort from here. Remember, it is a 0 build, so they'll have to get creative to get out. A Rift to go now, huge roam, but it's gonna be tough. They won't have that to use later.
Yeah, realistically, I don't think that they use a Rift to go there. I mean, they're in the middle of the zone. They're chilling. Just
100%.
chill in the Portafort. You don't got anything to worry about. Let all these other players have to deal with that. And as we see already, players are right below that threshold. Finally going to be above it, though. They're going to be feeling good right now as Tipperman's going to be laying down the fire. 445 above. That's a very comfortable number to be at.
Absolutely. Tripburn rolling in, looking really good in terms of the way he wants to deal damage. At the same time, the best part about what Fahad just did, that repair torch. We saw Levin Takata Kelly talking about it on the desk. It is so clutch to be able to use, and they had the last second confirmation for that to keep this truck alive. The biggest thing, though, when it comes to 0 build roam, let me just tell you this. It's about making sure you save your resources all the way as long as possible into the game. A bunch of these teams like Acorn and Edgy we just saw use some of their Portaforts, maybe the Rift to go. An entire repair torch used in the second zone, you will not have enough fuel to last the entire game.
For sure. I mean, looking at Arab and Bloomy right now, they've already got 6 shockwaves and 2 in the hands of Arab. So they've got 8 total. So they're going to be feeling pretty comfortable if they're going to be able to hang on. You also got the 6 chug splashes as well. So, I mean, right now, they're looking very good to go.
Depends on if their bones can hold on too. Once again, the combined age of this duo, I think, is the oldest one we have. 48. Woo. So they're facing absolute toddlers. I hope their brains can keep up with their bodies as they roll. Doc, though, rolling in with Reels as well. Everyone, you can see the delay of trying to find damage, keep things in terms of your loadout healthy as well, keep your car alive. It's tough. It takes time for you to get in the zone. Arab likes to move fast, though. Whether it's IRL or in-game, this man is looking to hunt people down.
Oh, for sure. They were below that threshold. They were able to get in some nice damage, and now they're safe for now, though. That's only the thing, because that Storm Surge, it has no friends. There is no way to... What are these players doing? I'm wondering what these players in the Storm are going to be doing. You see these 2 yellow players on the far right. Wonder who that duo is with this strategy. But either way, what do you think about this strategy from these players? Do you think it's going to end up working? It looks like they're going to be able to get back to the zone in time.
They'll roll in. They'll have a chance to maybe pick up a few floppers inside that lake, too.
Yeah.
It's surprising to see someone that far on the top right. We had a few up in Rave Cave. So many heals there, so it's time, or it's nice to be able to just wait it out for a sec and get in. At the same time, when you are in, things might not look the best right now. King and Sion literally burning down. This is not the best spot
whatsoever, and they're going to need to be on the move pretty soon as well. So the question is, are you going to be using that Rift to go to get out this situation? My guess is most likely. Now is when I'm okay with Rift to goes being used. It's perfectly fine to make sure you're good to go and safe in that rotation, because right now in this, oh, that was a huge knock. Unfortunate as Kai goes down. Oh man, that was a big one.
That's the fire. Chapix knows this. He's a solo. The best thing he can do right now, since his duel is down, everything's looking down bad in terms of what he has, is go for any type of Elim, but he doesn't see it, causes chaos in the house. Not only does it burn, it just blows up as well. Reel's lost and his duel's down too. Halnada sees him. This is gonna be tough. He's going straight back in the zone. I mean, it's fine. It's not taking for too much, but he is starting to burn.
He's got 3 med kits. So,
yeah.
like, if you're going to be in the zone, 3 med kits is definitely what you want to have in your kit. So it's definitely a decent strategy for him to just get out of trouble, make sure that he's good to go for a later time.
Tripper also leaves his car way back. Him and Hellfire are able to just roll in right beside the edge of Greasy, but zone's starting to move. Doesn't matter if you're healthy or not. You got to be in position at all times.
Oh yeah, and right now it's going to be getting very, very dicey for some of these teams that find themselves below that threshold. It's going to be getting very, very good as Bloomy and Arab going to be making their way up. Just going to be keep on looking for more damage. They've done such a great job so far. Right now, looks like Phantom, they might be able to spot them. These bush campers, I'm telling you, you got to watch out for them.
A storm is brewing all the way over at Greasy. And it's not just this tornado. Every single position that has shade, that has a chance of a surprise, it's waiting. People are ready, but Macquid threats, they can sense something. Heat-seeking awareness. And that shockwave cancels out the bush. Now everything's up and free. Fishing up inside the river. Gentle, forced to be able to use that Portafort. He's going to be able to stay up.
Yeah, still has an extra one in his back pocket as well, so going to be feeling okay. But looking at this, I mean, you put down a Portafort, but the Portafort is way below the other Portafort's point of view, and that is not going to be going well for Phantom as Heat goes down. The question is, are they going to be able to get the revive? Shot's going to be coming in, a whole lot of damage coming into the shield, and this might not be looking good.
It's just tough. A horror bounce house, but at the same time, a little bit of a cloud surprise. realize from the backside, it's a different fort, it's a different type of vibe, so Macwood has to get close and personal, taking everyone out. They'll have a little bit of bounty, a little bit of loot to be able to rock in with a keg there too. Overshield refresh due to the siphon. They're looking good. Is their position fine though, because this zone is locking in.
And that just shows how quickly things can change realistically. I mean, they were looking so good. Their kit was absolutely incredible. They had 2 porta-forts, and then guess what? It all goes away. In literally about 10 seconds, they get eliminated.
Yeah, the combo there from Macwood is heavy sniper from threats. Macwood then knowing exactly where the players are through the builds. That's just experience. Rattle them down. It looks good. He's making sure no one else can really creep up on him. They want to have a little bit of an escape option down towards the ground as well. It's looking fine though. Macwood covering all angles. They're trying to find Reels actually. He will go down. They won't find the body just yet. Have to move though because they're not in zone.
Oh yeah, precisely 44 seconds before you got to get a move on. You do have some shockwaves in the back pocket, but who knows? You kind of want to save those for the in-game. We've seen how important they can be. That is definitely not something you want to use right now.
Not right now whatsoever. Mizzle, Dubs, so many people riding the tornado wave. You don't see this in comp every day, not even zero build, but it's an option in the storm right now. And you know if it's mobility, every comp player wants an option.
Oh, precisely. And I mean, that tornado is going to be the best way to get around and be pretty safe, realistically. I mean, it's going to be pretty hard to get shot when you're inside of that.
Yeah, so where's the northeast side? Keep mind of that because the zone will lock in on the NATO. It's slightly moving, and now it's gone. So no one is going to be able to stay up top for free. Everyone exposed. If anyone's looking up in the sky, you can take free shots. I guess no one wants to. Okay, makes sense. Sometimes that's how it goes.
I mean, there were so many people up there. I mean, it was about half the lobby up there. They were all vibing out in the tornado, just chilling. As right now, Dubs and Bizzle going to be looking to get an elim. Bizzle down to about 40 HP remaining. Oh man, he's able to get that rift to go and go up top. Dubs trying to lay down some fire, gonna need to hit a rift to go himself. Only 10 HP remaining though. Where are you gonna go from here?
It's an option. 10 HP though, as you mentioned, Rome, it's gonna be tough for him overall. I guess the tree is the best spot. Even Duke and Clicks, they got such a nice base to work with, but they're gonna go fort to fort now. Duke 1 HP, Vino's not stopping. He's acting like he has 300, he's looking good. Somehow Clicks has been pushed off his base. Sion and King, they take the scraps down below.
Precisely, an amazing play yet again coming in. This fight is just going to keep on continuing. Right now is where the action is going to pick up, and it's not going to let up.
When it comes to adapting, when it comes to surprises, the Brazil region, I think they have one of the best times adapting to everything. King, Sion, FNCS after FNCS, teammates or opponents, first, second, over and over. They bring that experience over to zero build. They pop another fort down and get even more cover to work with, and the next zone so close by. 2 Rift to go Sirach in as well. 4 players worth of loot. We might be looking at this game's winners, but that's unless Spy has nothing to say about it.
Oh yes, and I just saw it. A-Rabby went down. Oh, it's unfortunate. I know Panda's gonna be sad about that one. I don't believe he's gonna be getting back anytime soon. Spy, the lone player in this duo, gonna be trying to survive as long as possible, but I don't think that's gonna be possible. Vino gets taken out as well, so Aqua gonna be left alone. FaZe King right now needing to play this perfectly right.
This is just so nice. Sion and King are not actually playing the map, they're playing the player. Every time someone bases up above them, they use the shockwaves to go for an absolute huge surprise. Everyone now is playing this vertical game. So many players in the basements of these forts looking to be tenants, I guess, some type of squatting rights in the business. Croc as well is going down.
Oh yes, and right now you can see it's a porta-fort on top of a porta-fort, making it a porta-fortress, and that's exactly what we want to see right here is the innovation coming out of these players, getting that extreme high ground, trying to get the advantage any way, shape, or form. And what I'm looking at is there's a lot of solos right now.
Everyone's just kind of fragmented. The up top, in terms of survival of the tornado, just keeps so many solos alive. All these shockwaves, I was talking about the zone as well, when it comes to trying to hide in low ground, not really that possible. So many vantage points to see inside all these forts as well. People are rift chaining for the moment. That elim feed delayed somewhat as well. That's how much action there is right now. So careful when you're looking at that too. Aqua taking out threats though. Rest guard going down. Hydra, I guess, if a fort is exposed, find a shed. That's the next best spot.
Oh, for sure. Right now, I mean, I'm not sure many people are going to be expecting them to be in there, so that's going to be a great spot for sure. As you stated, these rifts are popping off left and right. And as you can tell right now, this one's going to be good. Merstash laying in the fire up top, trying to take out one of these players. Not able to, unfortunately. Just trying to play his life right now. Anas is going to be hitting that rift to go. They're still looking good, but Merstash and Bad Sniper, they're in this one, but Merstash is getting extremely low. Gonna need to play his life very well.
Bad Sniper here needs to land this snipe if he wants to have a chance of surviving. Queasy Hen, they do get rattled down, taking storm damage as well. Storm gets even smaller, more rift chains. Anas and Pink are following suit. The top of EU up in the sky. This is just absolutely insane. Not sure if there's any more rifts to be able to use. No one diving down once again. Somehow Bizzle and Dubs have survived this onslaught of chaos. Macwood, he's chilling with Aqua.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, Aqua said, you know what? I might be by myself, but that is all good. I'm just going to be hanging out right here. Nobody's going to be messing with me whatsoever. Aqua feeling extremely, extremely good just chilling in this truck.
NA and EU sometimes have to hold hands side by side. It's how it goes. Mustache, though, wanted to catch up to Malibuka. Last game, they had 17 eliminations. He wants to have a say in that too. 7 so far. This time, Pink up top of the hill. He'll still be the king. Mustache gets pulled up into the sky. Bad Sniper goes down.
Yeah, and Queasy and him just got taken out as well, and they were definitely a duo that we wanted to see perform. They were able to get at least top 12 here, but that might not be good enough to end up in that top 10 after this game. As you can see, Hydra has the high ground.
Hydra looking so good. One of the only duos that's still left. I think Luce and Steno are still low ground somewhere, exactly right there in a truck too. So another game where they might even get top 5.
Yeah, and Bizzle and Dubs just get taken out again, and now look at how many solos are remaining.
Just 2 duos. Hydra, the ones that's exposed. Lucia, the one in the truck. They're getting a bunch of these eliminations too. Hydra on top of the high ground, though. They'll be the first person to see everyone else, but at the same time, be the ones taking the initial form of damage. Spraying over at the truck of Luce. 7 different teams still remaining. Aqua and Macwood doing their best impersonation of being absolute statues. Over here, though, another rift pops towards the skies.
Stina and Lucy able to get top 3 all 3 games in a row. Looking to do it again, as right now they're top 6. Looking to keep this one going. Aqua ends up getting taken out. Naiad gonna be hitting the rift to go. Getting up top, trying to see what he can see from up top. Figuring out exactly the best way to get down low.
A pause in the movie as everyone flies in the sky, opening credits towards this end game. Macwood and Steno are the only ones down below. Not sure if Macwood knows exactly where Steno is. No, it's just Mac on the ground.
Yeah.
He's about to get different regions. Absolute titans falling on him. If there's any time to have perfect aim, man, it's now. Going for every shot, it's landing. Luce about to go down. Pump on the left side won't even land. 6 more tiers, 6 more waves of players to fall.
He was able to get Lucian. Steno is so low right there that
Another
absolutely
rift.
anything can happen. A rift comes out again. Naiad is able to get another elim and able to take out Mustache right here and now.
Macwood forces the skies. Mustache will go down. Lucian just wants to survive as much as possible. Steno, not sure if he's alive. 10 HP. A breath will take him down. Steno beside him too. Together, they're just at 50.
Right now, this is free pickings for them on the ground. They are just looking up, getting in all this damage, looking to end this one here and now.
Naiad, please land a shot. Anything. The LMG now active. He's letting it roar. Luce 2 going down. 2 more up in the sky. Macwood cannot survive. Knight is about to see the day. Macwood gone down to the zone, getting close and comfortable. Knight now bopped out. It's the duo. They're looking good. They're securing it. Naiad, Hydra, all the way up top.
Naiad and Hydra able to clutch it up in exceptional fashion. They said, you know what? Everyone's going up in the sky. We're just going to hang out down here. We're going to be able to put in these shots and take out absolutely everybody. Beautiful stuff coming out of them.